Hey guys, it's Ricardo, junkguysdfw.net. I'm in Fort Worth, Texas, just taking my walk for the day. Why is it moving so slow? Is it the sun or what's going on? Okay. I was woken up to a call from a guy from Washington State this morning, and he was talking about how he wants to grow his business, was asking just for advice. I don't think he was asking for advice. He was asking for more of like an approval from me if he should do this and how he should do it. And I told him, okay, yeah, tell me how your business is running. Explain to me how it runs, and then we'll go from there. And I'll assess your situation. We'll say, okay. So he said he wants to move into a different city. The city that he is, Spokane or something like that, he's outgrown the city. He wants to go to another city nearby. So let me tell you what he has. He has 2 trucks. They're NPR trucks. And that's how he runs his business right now. But he's thinking that he's outgrown the area in the last 3 years that he's been in business. He's only been in business for 3 years. And he says to me that he's outgrown the area that he services. And I said, okay, I suppose he has. I have no idea. I don't know. And as I'm talking to him, I'm starting to realize he's going to expand his business to a different city, and he's going to own the truck. He's going to own the place he parks it. I guess he parks it somewhere. I asked him where he parks his trucks right now. He said a U-Haul place. It's a U-Haul storage facility for vehicles, which was pretty cool because they have some here, but not as many. I guess not as much as they have in Spokane, because I heard they're all over the place. So I'm talking to the fella, and I'm not going to bring up his name, but I did tell him I'd do a video about it. But let's go back. I told him what his debt ratio was. In other words, how much does he owe in debt? And we just started talking and eventually talking, and I asked him how much money he has in the bank. And he told me that he's very profitable and he makes a lot of money. And I'm like, okay, so he's got $50,000, a little over $50,000 cash in the bank. And I'm like, okay. He goes, well, I told him you seem to be profitable. Okay, good. I said, well, I mean, if you're set and you have $50,000 in the bank and you want to move to another city, you're good, man. Your trucks are paid for, you're doing something. And then that's when he said, no, they're not. I said, what? Wait a minute, what? Okay, so let's get now to the nitty gritty. He owes, and he financed both his trucks. One truck, oh shit. Oh, y'all are gonna hate me for this. He owes $75,000 on one truck and $82,000 on the other truck. And every month he makes payments to these trucks that are over $2,000. And I'm just like, what? And what? And then I asked him, I said, hey, well, how did you get $50,000 in the bank? Here's where it gets really tricky, guys. He inherited money from his dad. His dad was worked for a huge government contracting. They built planes, and his dad, he inherited money after his dad passed away. His dad was wealthy, I guess. And he invested, he inherited this money, okay? So he has $50,000 that's not his in the bank. Yeah, so the story gets kind of tricky at this point. I'm just like, wait a minute, bro. Excuse me, sir, you didn't make this money off junk removal? He goes, no, I didn't. I said, well, wait a minute. So you established your business in the last 3 years in Spokane, and now you want to expand your business somewhere else. How much has your business made? And honestly, he didn't know. He had no idea. I asked him what his sales were a month. He said there were like 30. He said like $25,000 to $30,000 a month, and I was just like, ugh. So it's kind of hard to know what his figures are if he doesn't even know what his numbers are. And I told him, listen, man, you have $50,000 in the bank, but it's not money from junk removal. It's not money from junk removal. It's money from an inheritance. Where's the money from junk removal that you made? And he said, well, it's just all in the same bank account. And I was like, oh, shit. So now we run into the situation that he's digging into that inheritance to pay for, his junk removal business, right? I mean, that's what he's doing. I mean, that's the only thing he's doing, right? He's using his inheritance to finance his junk removal business. I asked him how much he got for his inheritance, and he said he got $150,000 from his inheritance, and he's already spent $100,000 because he did the cardinal sin. And what's one of the cardinal sins? Once you get money, you spend money, right? He bought a car. He built an addition to his house. He bought his wife a car. So they have 2 new cars, paid cash for the car, built the addition to the house. So a lot of things that he spent his money on. And he spent a lot of that. Well, you know what? When you inherit money, I mean, I guess that's what you're supposed to do, right? You inherit it, and someone gives it to you so you can have fun with it. I mean, that's what it's for. Honestly, that's what it's for. So I don't blame the guy. And then he turned around and started a junk removal business 3 years ago, and he's been running his junk removal business. I asked him how often does he take money out of his inheritance to pay for his junk removal business. And he said every once in a while, just recently when it got slow, he pulled $10,000 out to help pay off his trucks because he struggled to live on. And I'm like, but brother, and this is what I don't understand, is if he's making money $25,000 to $30,000 or $35,000 a month, then why is he pulling money out of the bank from his inheritance, right? So I told him, listen, you have $50,000 in the bank. It's your inheritance money. Keep that money. That's yours to spend, to do what you want to do. But you shouldn't be paying your junk removal bills with that money. He inherited money. He's only got 50 grand, a little over 50 grand left. Don't grab that money to finance your junk removal business, brother. That money's going to be gone. Don't do that. Stop doing that, I told him. I said, bro, your junk removal business should run itself. And he said, yeah, but the bills are getting tight. He pays for Google ads. He pays for Facebook ads. He's doing Thumbtack. And I said, well, you got to get out of Thumbtack, bro. I was like, okay. So last month, he spent $2,000 on Facebook ads last month, okay? And I asked him how many jobs he got out of it. He said every job that he did for Facebook was under the $200 mark. There was nothing incredible that he did for Facebook that would help pay. He said he took a huge loss on the Facebook ad. And I said, well, did you quit? He goes, no, we're going to try it again and keep on doing it. We've been doing it for over a year. I asked him how often does he win with Facebook. He goes, not very often, but you keep on doing it. You need to stop doing it. You need to stop doing it. So anyway, I just was like, I was kind of totally blown away by that, right? I was just like, okay, you know, your junk removal business, you need to know your finances. You need to stop spending money from your inheritance to finance your junk removal business. That doesn't make any sense. All right, so if you're catching the story late, let me tell you what happened. I got a phone call this morning from a guy in Spokane, Washington, and he inherited money about 5 years ago, I guess. He started a junk removal business. As soon as he got the $150,000 of inheritance, he went and bought himself a car, his wife a car, paid cash for it, and then added an addition to this house. He spent about $100,000 doing that, which is cool. That's his money. He can do whatever he wants. I mean, I'm not blaming him. But here's the problem. The $50,000 that he has left over, he has been financing and paying bills for his junk removal business because he started a junk removal business. He owns 2 trucks that are financed. One, He owes $72,000. The other one, he owes about 80, a little over 80 on it. He financed both. They're both NPR trucks. I asked him how much money he has in the bank. He has $50,000. And I said, oh, okay. And then he told me he has $50,000 from his inheritance. And I'm like, whoa. He said last month when it got really slow, he had to pay for, he took money out so he could pay for his trucks from his inheritance. And I'm like, whoa, brother, you need to stop that. Now, the phone call that he called me was he wants to expand his business over to another city outside of Spokane, about 35 miles away from him. He wants to rent a storage facility to park his NPR truck, and he wants to get another truck and hire somebody else to mess up his business for him. And I told him, whoa, dude, chill out. I said, you need to slow down. Oh, sorry about that. Someone called me. I said, you need to slow down, pump your brakes. Don't do that. So my decision was to him, don't do anything like that, brother. Do not expand your business. You're not making any money. You think you're making money, but you're using your inheritance money. I told him, I said, brother, get this. So he has sales. And he says he has sales. I have no idea. I didn't look at anything. He didn't send me anything. He said he has sales of over $25,000 to $30,000 every month. But he had to borrow money last month out of his inheritance to pay for his trucks. It's what I don't understand. See, people don't know their figures sometimes. Sometimes people don't understand their figures. When you think you have $50,000 in the bank, but you still owe 72 and 80, you're negative. You're just negative. Your ratio, your debt ratio is horrible. It's just trash. And you should really consider, a lot of people give me a hard time because, I see numbers like this and I give my opinion about it. Listen, it's common sense, guys. It is common sense. If you have $10,000 in the bank, but you owe $50,000 on a Corvette, you're under. You don't have $10,000 in the bank. You owe that Corvette to somebody. Does that make any sense? Okay. I have a friend who recently bought property. I have a friend. He just recently bought property, and he's happy about it. He's all cool about it. He's like, hey, I bought a property, I owe it. And I'm like, okay, how much is the property? He said about an acre for $150,000. He's all happy about it. I'm like, okay. He got no money in the bank or nothing. He barely was able to afford to put money down. So automatically, he's only got to make maybe about $2,200 in the bank. So automatically, whatever he paid for the property, he owes for that property. So he's in debt to that property. He's in debt. That means his debt ratio is pretty bad. He owes over $100,000 for the property he paid for. So no bueno for nobody on that one, okay? Now, I want to say that this guy who's in Spokane wants to move and expand his business on a business he's not making any money, man. Spends over $2,000 on Facebook, another $1,500 on Thumbtack. Weekly, too, by the way, weekly. I think I said monthly earlier. Weekly. Spends about $5,000 every month on Google Ads. Bro, and his employees, he's got 4 employees, 2 per truck. He sits at home and doesn't do much. And now he wants to expand. I said, sir, I was honest with him. Don't expand, dude. You're just going to get more in debt. Your inheritance is almost gone. You only got $50,000 of that. You're spending it to finance your junk removal business, and you don't know. You're just losing money every month. You know what? This guy would be better off, and I'm not going to lie. I told him this too. I said, sir, you'd be better off going to get a job at Home Depot and keeping that $50,000 in the bank. Just keep it in there. At least you're not deducting out of it. You're spending your Home Depot money. I said, right now, you're going to see astonishing bills coming from the junk removal business. $10,000 that he had to take out of his bank account just recently just to pay bills for his junk removal business. Guys, you got to know your numbers. You have to know your numbers. You have to be able to establish your numbers. And I think a lot of us in junk removal think we're making money, but we're not. We struggle every single day, especially with this economy. Thank God, there's a new president, and now we can get back on track. I'm not saying that Trump is going to change everything, but Trump did boost the economy last time with the Coronavirus Act. Let's see what he does if he's going to lower the interest rate, if he's going to give out money for free. Well, I have no idea. I have no idea. But I do think he's going to do something really quick to fix this economy. Because, see, he's a businessman. One thing is about Trump, he's a businessman. He's not a politician. So, anyway, I don't care who's president. It's not going to make a difference to my life. I'm still going to be out there working. But I do want to say something. This whole idea of not knowing your finances can be a burden for your business. You need to know how much you're making profit. Okay, there's sales, which is also total sales, which is called revenue. That's how much you sell on a daily basis. Revenue is when you add every day-to-day basis. Good morning. When you add your day-to-day basis sales together, and then you times it by 30 days, because that's a month, and then you get your revenue for that month, and then you get that month and you add up 12 of them, because there's 12 months out of the year, and then you get your top revenue, and then you get all your expenses and you deduct it, and that's how much you make. And your expenses can be everything. And then here's what's funny about it is a lot of people, what they do, and I'm going to affect a lot of people when I say this, is you're going to go, what? Okay, so then you have expenses of, let's say you make $100,000 in revenue at the end of the year. Let's just take an even number. You make $100,000 at the end of the year. And then your business expenses are $75,000. And we're talking about business expenses. Let's just talk about that, what the expenses are. Gas, dumping fees, employees, trucks, trailers, repairs, food. Let's see. Oh, there's so much. Your phone, if you buy any software for your business, workies, all that stuff, ads. Okay, so it all added up and it became $75,000. Okay, but don't forget, your revenue was $100,000. So you deduct $75,000 from $100,000 and you get $25,000, right? Now, don't forget your living expenses. Well, someone's got to pay that. Somebody's got to pay that. Somebody's got to pay the rent. Somebody's got to pay the mortgage. Somebody's got to pay for your wife's car. Somebody's got to pay for your personal car. How about your kid's car? Somebody's got to pay for that. And if it exceeds that number of $25,000 that you have left over, if it exceeds that number, you're in debt. You're not making any money. Maybe your business is making money, but your personal life is not making any money. You're not doing nothing. You're just getting loans and paying off, and you always owe the government those money. It just sucks. I need y'all to understand that your bills are not paid by your wife. She's not paying all the bills. The mortgage, the phone at home, the gas, the electric at home, the water bill, the insurance for your home, all that's got to get paid for. Your car payment, your truck payment, your wife's car payment. Everybody has a new car or a new lease. What does that add up to, right? There has to be some kind of number that adds up to. It's going to be well over more than $25,000 for the end of the year. There has to be something that it accounts for. And I don't think a lot of us take that in consideration. That's why a lot of us have two household incomes, right? You have your wife, she has a job and she pays for some of those bills. But if you're taking it out of your business, you're hurting your business. Your business should sustain its own bills. And some of the household bills, I guess. I don't know. Let me see some of these comments. Trump will bring peace and prosperity for all. What's up, my guy? You should be doing a video of how you shoot videos and how you edit them. Oh, yeah. Someone told me that I needed that. Clear it, junk removal. 1 truck, 3 trailers, all paid off. I'm glad you have been around. I learned a lot from you. Everyone else that was a guru when I started is just trying to get $1 from me these days. That's funny. Yeah, everybody's turned into gurus these days, man. It's funny. Anyway, just keep your expenses low. You'll be fine, guys. I hope this video helps people out. I hope it motivates people to spend less. We'll see what Trump does as a president. We'll see if he can lower the interest rate, if he can give away free money to a lot of people that need it right now. Anyway, you have a good day, guys. I'll talk to y'all later. I just posted a video, really boring ass video. I'm going to go do a video today. I'm going to get my camera ready to go to work. I will see y'all later. Clear junk removal, everybody else. Bye-bye. Have a good one, guys. Don't forget to subscribe.